Hello StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Lilbow and Neeb on Ruins of Endion. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player, it is Neeb. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player, it is Lilbow. Yeah, so PvP for you guys. I know we did a game between these two players about a week or two ago. I figured I'd throw back another PvP onto the channel. The WCS 2016 Spring Championship did not have many PvP battles. Unfortunately, Protoss seems a little bit underrepresented. You had players like Showtime, you did have Lilbow, you did have Neeb, but not many others really made it that far in the tournament. So we have this PvP in the round of 32. One game of many played between these two players. I don't know who wins this one. I do not look before I cast these games. So for those of you who play Protoss on the ladder, this one is for you to see the meta for PvP, because you're going to run up against these once in a while at least in your ladder experience. Both players going for double assimilator here at the same time, getting gateways, getting probes. I have to assume a cybernetic score is somewhere in the plans for these guys. I really haven't seen a PvP without one for a long time, unless it's a cannon rush. Is cannon rush still viable at all in PvP? I can't imagine that it is. Again, the distance the probe has to go to third on that first pylon is the same, but the time it takes for the other Protoss to get up defensive structures is really shortened up. So I think it's very difficult to cannon rush anymore. I'm not sure if that was an intentional result of starting out with 12 workers for Blizzard, but I think it worked out fairly well. So here comes Neeb sneaking right on in, does get a nice scout off, trying to steal some of these minerals. So annoying. Trying to... Nope, that probe takes exception to it, gets him zaps off on the probe. Neeb is forced to retreat the heck on out of there. Doesn't lose any of his hull damage, as you can see, just shield damage, which does come back. And yes, indeed, there's that cyber core, and there's the cyber core for Neeb. Now, the question, as usual, is what is going to come up next? So it's going to be double stalker here. After that cyber core finishes, and double stalker out here for Neeb too. So both players very solidly going for the stalker-stalker approach, attacking each other with wild abandon. Mothership core on the way for Lilbow. Neeb not doing any such thing, getting warp gate research, getting another pylon, and there's the mothership core, just about a few seconds behind his opponents. Not going to make a big difference in the grand scheme of things, but still, you kind of want to stay up on that sort of thing, as this mothership core will start generating energy before Lilbow's does, making her better for base defense, making her better for offense, as we can see heading out across the map for some harassment. This always makes me worry just because they're slow, 2.62 move speed. They don't hit super hard, and they don't have many hit points. They can die very quickly to stalkers. So we'll see if this works out. And Neeb doing the same thing. Both players are going to pass in the night here. Mothership core versus mothership core. Lilbow scouts Neeb's coming first. Says, what are these shenanigans? What are you hoping to do against my units? Stalkers, come back. Move back to kill this mothership core. You can't stand on this ramp anymore. There's no reason to do so. These stalkers coming back too. And no, not interested in going in. Neeb knows he's been scouted. If he sends that mothership core in, he'll probably just die. Nexus on the way. Pylon coming up here too. Both players are expanding at exactly the same time. Robotics facility coming out first for Neeb. Perhaps that was the difference. The mothership core a little bit late, but the robo facility a little bit earlier than his opponent, Lilbow's. Just sneaking in, checking some time, trying to see what's up, playing defense, or playing scouting just a little bit, not playing defense. He's way on this side of the map. That's not defense at all. Not a tiny bit. Stalkers on the top of the ramp. And just both players kind of hanging out right here. Nobody's super interested in being a very aggressive. Twilight Council on the way for Neeb. Likely going to be for Blink. Blink Stalkers do play a big role in every PvP I have ever seen. If you don't have Blink on your Stalkers, they might as well be dead. That's what I always say. Immortals also super useful because they're very good against Stalkers. It's kind of this if you give a mouse a cookie thing, right? If you give a PvP player a Stalker, he will need Immortals to fight the other player's Stalkers. I mean, it's just how we go there. Some sentries mixed in for Lilbow, and some sentries here for Neeb too. It is 3 sentries to 1 in favor of Lilbow, and 4 to 3 Stalkers. So, Lilbow doing a little bit better on the macro side of things. 31 to 32 workers, keeping up on the worker count too here. Hallucinated Phoenix does scout out everything that's going on. Does see the Twilight Council that is getting an upgrade. Same story over here for Neeb though. Gets a full scout off on what Lilbow is up to. It's hard to deny those. It's hard to deny those hallucinated phoenixes. So PvP players, use those, man. They are really good. Even if they do get killed, they don't cost anything but energy. Your sentries regenerate energy pretty darn quickly. I like how the army is sitting in here. Worried about maybe a warp prism drop. Worried about a blink stalker attack or something. Patrolling back and forth, waiting just to photon overcharge these pylons. Lilbow has an observer here too, defensively set up. Same story. Is it the same story with Neeb? Where is his observer? Yeah, here it is. Defensive observers for both. Neither of them sending out the observer to scout. I guess it's because with the hallucinated Phoenix, they can do it no problem anyway. Probe here, possibly trying to take a third base. Lilbow sees that. Good scouting information there, and does get taken down by the Stalkers and the Sentries. Poof, disappearing in a wisp of smoke, which I always thought was weird. Like, these are robots, right? They can make hallucinations. Why are they smoky when they die? That's almost like it's magic rather than technology. Isn't that weird? I think it's weird. Poof. There's some lightning in there too, which is cool. It's a fun animation. Somebody had a good time with it. Lilbow is going to find out that Neeb's knocked down his rocks here in just a second, which is kind of annoying. Takes a while to knock those things down. Lilbow wanted to be aggressive now. Can't be aggressive because of these rocks that were knocked down by Neeb. Third base on the way. Third base on the way here too. Both players fairly mirroring this up. It's Stalker Sentry. Immortal count looks better for Neeb. Both players making one immortal, so it looks like Neeb will have one more than its opponent. At least for the foreseeable future. Blink just about finished up for Lilbow. Neeb already has it as the upgrade is complete here. Still chrono boosting this. Probably should move it to something that's actually doing something, like maybe a Nexus, but that's a-okay. I'm not a professional player. I just make suggestions to those who are. Robotics Facility, or Bay rather, sorry, on the way for Neeb. Possibly going for Disruptors, which are fun in PvP. Disruptor tennis is something we haven't seen in a while. Usually, it's one player goes Disruptor and then seems to do fairly well with it. But both players going Disruptor is something I don't think we've seen in a couple months, at least, on the channel. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Warp Prism coming up for Lilbow. Wants to do some special tactics from White Raw. I have tried contacting White Raw to see if he has any replays he wants to send me, but I think he's been busy with his wife having a baby and things, and so I'm not sure he's been playing very much at all. His YouTube channel seems pretty slow too, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. I am trying to get in contact with TLO. He did say he would send me a replay pack here fairly soon, so expect to see some of those coming up sooner rather than later. I don't want to promise anything, but he did say he would, and he's a pretty cool guy, so I'd be surprised if he's just misleading me. He has sent me replays before, so that's nice. Yeah, Disruptor on the way for Neeb. Alrighty then, so immortal count for Neeb, 4-3. He's also getting Disruptors mixed in. I think Neeb might have this thing. Lilbow knocking down these rocks. I think he needs to get out before the Disruptors show up. That might be causing some huge problems for him in just a couple of minutes. High ground advantage to Neeb, though. Pretty good concave as well. Lilbow agrees and backs out. Oh, big old attack up here. Blink Stalker and an immortal drop. Taking out that pylon, depowering. Oh, all these gateways are depowered, though. This is a huge play from Lilbow. Purification Nova killing 3 of those Stalkers, though. That's a big deal, too. Got to get that War Prism. Another big attack up this way by Lilbow. He's really setting siege to this third base. There are still Stalkers, and Immortal here does manage to push it off. The War Prism does escape with both Immortals on the inside here. Guardian Shield, it just expired for Neeb, and here comes a big push from Lilbow. Goodbye, Pylon. Great force fields, though. A lot of Stalkers stuck on this side. A blink down and a defensive blink forward from Lilbow. Purification Nova killing a large group of Stalkers on that left side. Oh no, Immortals trying to do some Immortal Micro. No, doesn't happen. War Prism trying to keep it alive. All the Immortals are gone except for this one. I apologize, there's still Immortal here. Neeb losing his too. Bam. Another Nova. 11 kills on that Disruptor. Lilbow's ability to defend against those have not been super fantastic. Pulling back a little bit, allowing Lilbow to knock down these pylons. Another Nova comes down. Lilbow dodges that one. Very smartly done. Pushing up to that third base, he needs to be aggressive. That's what he's trying to do right now. Income tab is 58-44. He knows that Neeb has a better economy. If he can kill this base, he actually might pull back even here. Time Warp being tossed down. And yeah, the third base is going to fall. Neeb is mounting 0 defense of it. These probes hiding out, trying to put up a different third base, a replacement third base, because that one is definitely gone now. Smoke rising from the ground of the ashes of the third that used to exist, and Lilbow with a very nice attack there. Despite the Purification Nova hits, despite the Immortal hits there, it wasn't quite enough for Neeb to save his third, and he is really on the back foot right now. Army supply is 37-43. Neeb has the lead there, and again, worker supply is out there too, but that third base is not ready to go yet. Lilbow's is up and rocking. Purification Nova, good blink back there. Lilbow doing a lot better against Purification Nova now. He needs to do that if he's going to win this game. Warp Prism sneaking back in this backside here. Does Neeb see it coming? I don't think he does. Immortals dropping down, killing as many probes as they can. 2. Let's make it 3, 4, and then they back out. Oh, the Blink Stalkers found this base. The Blink Stalkers found the sneaky ninja base from Neeb. Oh no, the probes are trying to hide until they can be saved from the reinforcements from the south. Can he save the third, or will the Blink Stalkers take it out? Force the cancel. There's the cancel. Forcing the cancel, but losing a couple Stalkers in the process. Good forward blink there by Neeb, but that's a lot of dead probes. A lot of dead probes. It is now 47-50. Neeb has the lead, but not nearly as big as it was there. Third base gone. Replacement third base gone. Lilbow's up and running very happily here. Nova's coming on out, hitting absolutely nothing. Very ineffectual for Neeb, unfortunately, after those first few hits. Seems like he's been having a lot of trouble here getting any connection on that. Warp Prism taken on down. Immortals 2. Focused by the Stalkers, trying to kill those things over anything else. And Toe left behind. Left behind. His friends blinked away, left him to die. Stalker hit again on these rocks. And going to go ahead and get into this third base. Are we base racing this thing? Is Lilbow just forgetting about his own third? And going to go to try and kill Neebs? He might. At this point here, heading on down, here comes Lilbow, and these probes are in a lot of trouble. There's absolutely nothing here to defend. It is a base race, officially a base race, ladies and gentlemen. Units tab showing a lot more stuff here for Neeb, pushing right on into this front base. Photon overcharges coming up. Purification Nova's hitting not much of anything there at all. And yeah, I mean, it's just Blink Stalker DPS trying to do what it can. +2 attack on those guys. And Neeb with +1 attack on his. He's coming back home. He's actually not feeling great about that base race scenario. Killing that third pretty much did it for him. He's going to go ahead and leave this natural alone and then come up and try to get rid of this Blink Stalker army and possibly win the game here. Again, the upgrades are better for Lilbow. They are better. That +2 attack really coming in handy right now. Third base is up for Neeb, though. He's been expanding this whole time, which is excellent. Guardian shield there. Stalkers caught in a bit of a position here. No, this Disruptors sniped down by the Stalkers. A big hit, though, taking out a bunch of them before the Disruptor dies. The timing not quite working out for Lilbow as he would like. Units tab, 14 Stalkers left for Lilbow. You have 13 Stalkers and a Disruptor and 5 sentries for Neeb. Well, as well as 2 Immortals here. So that might be enough to turn the tide for Neeb. He is being very aggressive. Can he get the Mothership Core? Gets the Mothership Core. Purification Nova does force the Stalkers away. They can't like to see that at all. Immortals trying to get shots off, and they do. Every shot they get is 50 damage to the Stalkers. Good blink forward. Stalker count getting slowly whittled down right now, although it is 21 for Lilbow. He's been doing pretty well getting Blink Stalkers while this attack has been underway. Third base up and running for Neeb now. Third base not quite there for Lilbow. The tides have turned a little bit. Where Lilbow had 3 bases, Neeb had 2. Now Neeb has 3, and Lilbow has 2. So Neeb sneaking away here, sneaking back on in, dancing, and trying to do this thing against this mass Blink Stalker. Guardian shield is up. Lilbow does not like the situation. Blinks forward, does Neeb. He likes these forward blinks. Nova not hitting anything at all there. Almost killing a Stalker. Very low on health. Does get blinked to the back with 1 hit point remaining. He is alive, though, so that is excellent news. Big engagement here, too. Once again, Lilbow does not quite want to engage in Neeb, blinking forward with a small group of Stalkers. Trying to pick off the wounded ones here. Ends up losing a couple in the process. It's a risky maneuver by Neeb, but he's trying to make this thing happen. Income tab now 30-39. Lilbow has the lead, and he's on the 3 bases. Resources lost, 35 workers killed to 8. Guardian shield coming up. Lilbow feels like he doesn't really have to engage here at all. He's kind of trying to lead Neeb away. Although, is he trapped right now? Double Guardian shield up. Purification Nova not really being used at all. The Immortals putting in work, and that's it. A GG from Lilbow. Lilbow is defeated. Neeb is victorious, and Protoss player blue gets the victory today. Wow. What an absolutely impressive victory there by Neeb. I wonder if Lilbow just got himself stuck in a corner here. Right? Can he blink up there? Not without sight. Not without sight. I don't think he had anything. He had observers. I'm not sure if he had one with his army, though. I wonder if he just backed himself into a corner accidentally. Neeb managed to finish him off, stick him in here. Recognize there's nowhere to blink away to. The Immortals were putting in work. Guardian shield, a huge, huge factor there, too. The Disruptor count sitting at 3. Oh, that's a lot of Disruptors against Blink Stalkers that are stuck and tapped out. So well done by Neeb. Lost his third base twice. Did manage to take out the third of his enemies, but was down in worker count 39-30. Ended up losing 35 workers and won the game. So impressive play indeed by Neeb. Congratulations to him. And that's it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.